Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Good evening, Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodha Nandana Vraja Jana Ranjana 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 Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Tadanti Swa Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam Cham He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dhinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhavevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtake Vasudeva Para Veda Vasudeva Paramakaha Vasudeva Para Yoga Vasudeva Para Kriyaha Vasudeva Param Jnanam Vasudeva Param Tapaha Vasudeva Paro Dharmaha Vasudeva Para Gatihi Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarvapapa Pranashanam Pranamadukka Samana Tam Namami Harim Param. Hare Krishna. Thank you all joining us for the second day of Bhagavata Saptaham. You take any literature, there are 5 important topics that usually covered. And those 5 important topics is in most of the literatures that we can find in. If these topics are not present, then that's not a complete topic. So Śrīmad Bhāgavatam that we have taken for next few days also covers these important topics, 5 topics, more than 5 topics actually, that we are going to see what other topics is going to be covered. Prapsasya brahmano rupam paptyasya pratyagatmanah praptupayam palam chaiva tata prapti virodhicha vadanti sakala vedaha setihasa puranakaha. It is said there are 5 important things that we all should know. What are the 5 important things? Number 1, praptyasya brahmano rupam. We should know Paramatma, God. Theoretically, we should know God exists. He is great. He is supreme. So we should know that part. Number 1, praptasya brahmano rupam. And the second one is Atma. We should know ourselves, who we are. Right now, our understanding is such that I'm an Indian. Even within Indian or Pakistani or American, Japanese. But the real identity is not the body. The real identity is the soul within the body. That is Atma. So we need to know, we can't say, I know who I am. Then the question is, you know who you are based on the body or the substance which is inside the body, which is called Atma. So when the scripture speaks about you should know who you are, the scripture is talking about Atma, not about the body. That's the second subject matter. First subject matter, we need to know God. Second subject matter, we need to know who we are. Pratyasya Atmanah. Praptupayam palam prapti. Now, we know who we are. We know who God is. The third thing what we need to know is what is that we are going to attain by knowing this, who I am and who God is. For anything, we are always wanting to know, what do I get out of it? What's in it for me? Vifim formula. What's in it for me? If there's nothing for me, I'm not going to take up and do it. You're going to school with an idea and understanding that I'm going to go to college. You go to college with an understanding I'm going to get a better job. All those things based on something that I'm going to get in written. If I'm not going to get anything in written, then I'm not going to put any step on that one, put any investment on that, my time, energy, money, nothing's going to be done. Therefore, I know who I am, I know who God is. So what? What am I going to get out of knowing these 2 things? Phala prapti. Phalam means there is something that we need to know. So the scripture should teach us who am I, who God is, and what are you going to get out of knowing these 2? Phala prapti. Knowing that one, the fourth point that we need to know is, okay, knowing is enough, but what are the process to attain that phalam? I know by going to medical school, I know by going to a business school, I'm going to get something, but you got to take a step and go. You can't just say that I know by getting a degree, a certification, whatever from that thing, I'll find a job. But just knowing is not going to be enough. You got to take action to get the degree. Yes? Just knowing, I know, wash you and slew or whatever the school maybe is going to give me degree. But what are you doing for getting entry into the university? You got to do some action. So what are the marga? What are the path that one can attain God to attain the phalam? Phalam means the fruit. Are you with me so far? Who am I? Who God? And what is the result I'm going to get by connecting these two, right? And what is the way to connect them? Knowing is not enough. Knowing is not enough. We have to do some process to connect the Atma and Paramatma. That's number 4. Now comes the 5th one. What is the important 5th one is, interesting one is, after knowing all this thing, even after hearing all these things for maybe so many times, right? I'm still not able to get onto it. I'm hearing Bhagavad Gita, I'm hearing Bhagavatam, I speak so many people giving lectures, I heard so many things, but still I'm not able to. Please come. You please sit up here. You can sit here also if you want. Okay. So we need to know who we are. We need to know God, that is Atma, Paramatma. But the means to connect an Atma and Paramatma, there are some marga. Marga means a road or a path, route. By connecting Atma and Paramatma through some route, through some means, I'm going to get some result. And that result, we'll see, all those things will come later. Something we're going to benefit out of it. Knowing all these 4 things, but we are still not able to proceed further. Something or the other pulling us getting close to God. Yes or no? Something is family responsibility, job, so many things keeps us. We take 1 step towards God, 3 steps we are pulled back. In this calculation, we can never achieve God, right? So many things pulling back. That's called virodhi. Virodhi means there is something which is stopping us to proceed further towards God. Even though I have a desire, I'm not able to move forward. Something is stopping me, right? So these are the important 5 topics that every human should try to find an answer to these 5 things. And Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, Mahabharata, all these wonderful scriptures, they all gives answers in different ways they could to connect us to understand the answers of what is that stopping us. That is nothing but, answer is simple, karma vasana. Our karmas and vasana. Vasana is the impression that we carry from the previous lives. That's pulling us. And karma, good karma and bad karma. Because our karma, we are born in a certain configuration, in certain family, certain way, right? Therefore, these are the things that pulling us down, pāpa karma and puṇya karma, is stopping us down, and some way or the other to go forward towards God. But it's not ending over there, but there's a solution also provided by the scriptures, how to deal the problems that we are having right now, which is stopping us move forward to God. Bhagavatam is a beautiful literature, which is having 12 cantos with 18,000 slokas and filled with these solutions, the problems, and making us understand who we are, who God is, and what is the path that we need to take, and what is the result that we are going to get ultimately by going there. What are we going to achieve by doing all these things? Everything is filled in an easy way in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam that we are entering on the 2nd day today. How many of you missed yesterday? You didn't miss much. And yesterday, 2 minutes a recap. Yesterday, we learned that there was a king by name Parīkṣit. On one day, while he was going on somewhere, and he happened to enter into in a hut, kutir of a sage, and the sage was meditating, but the king got offended, thinking that the sage did not respect him. The king Parīkṣit got offended. So to insult the king, he took the dead snake and put as a garland around that sage and walked away. Remember? It's just 24 hours back. You should remember. Yes. Okay. All right. So, but then the son of the sage got very angry about what has happened to his father, that the father was insulted. Therefore, the son spelled a curse on the king Parīkṣit, saying that from today, counting 7 days, let the king be bitten by a snake called Takshaka and die. Okay? That is a curse been uttered on the king by a Brahmana boy, the boy who's been offended because his father has been insulted. Therefore, he cursed on the king. Now the news went to the king. The father was not happy, by the way. Father didn't, hey, you did the right thing. He didn't say that. He was very upset, not happy with his son. But nevertheless, the curse has been uttered. The message went to the king, Parīkṣit Mahārāja. By the way, Parīkṣit is son of Abhimanyu. If you don't know who Mr. Abhimanyu is son of Arjuna. I'm sure you know Arjuna. Everyone knows Arjuna, the great hero and warrior, and the main person of Bhagavad Gita, because of whom Bhagavad Gita was started. Right now, now Parīkṣit Mahārāja, as soon as he heard the news that he is going to be dead, he is going to be dying in 7 days, what he did was he appointed his son Janamejaya to be the next ruler, and he said, I'm retiring. Someone is on the door. So he appointed Janamejaya, and then he went to the Ganges, river Ganges. As the news spread, widespread all over the places, many sages and rishis and munis and everyone came to the spot, because they thought this is going to be a very precious moment. 7 days, only 7 days is left, and the king is going to do something on the 7 days. Let's go and sit and see and find out what's going to happen for the 7 days. And they all came. Now in the first canto, 19th chapter, 9th sloka and the 10th sloka tells us who are the rishis and munis who came there. Atrir, Vasishta, Chavana, Saradvan, Arishtameni, Brihu, Angirasi, Parasara, Ghatisuta, Rama, and then the names goes on. That is the names of these rishis. These are all great rishis. Atri, Chavana, Sharadvan, Arishtanemi, Brihu, Vasishta, Parasara, Vishwamitra, Angira, Parasurama, and Indrapradana, and then many, Gautama, and Pipalada, Maitreya, and many rishis. Many rishis, all great rishis. They themselves have written so many literatures, by the way. They're not the one who doesn't know anything. They've written so many. They all came there and sat, because the king also came there. When the king came there and the sages came there, the king was going to ask a question. What am I supposed to do? I'm just giving a last 10 minutes of what we covered yesterday. What am I supposed to do in the last 7 days where I'm going to die in 7 days? He was not asking, give me a medicine. The snake is going to come and bite me. Give me some anti-venom, anti-poisonous thing, anti-toxin thing, which can, when I keep it in the mouth over here, when the snake comes and bites me, it nullifies the venom, the poison. He was not asking for a medicine to be cured. That means he has accepted the தரையில உட்கார்ந்திருக்கீங்களா இங்க வந்துருங்க. He was not asking that some medicine. He accepted that he is going to die in 7 days. The acceptance in our life, something is very important that we have to learn is acceptance. Many times we try to change the situations when we have no power, no control of any of these things. Then we try to control as much as we could to change the situation. Finally, we fall at our knee saying that I have no control of it. I have to surrender to the situation. Yes, I try, but I have to surrender to the situation. But Parīkṣit Mahārāja, being a great grandson of Arjuna, he knows that he cannot change the situation. He accepted the curse because he thought, I made a mistake. I offended the rishi. Therefore, I have to go through the punishment. Let me go to the punishment. Whatever that should happen, let it happen. So he was saying, not asking for the solution, rather he's asking, what am I supposed to do in 7 days? I'm going to die in 7 days. What am I going to do in this 7 days? So therefore, at that time when he asked this question, when the rishis were going to respond to his question, at that time there was a beautiful, wonderful personality was walking into the crowd of the sages, who is son of Vyāsadeva. Son of Vasudeva. This sloka says, where tam tvashyate varshamsu sukumara pada karor bahu amsa kapalo gatram. This says, is narrating the beauty kambu sujata ghantam. He said there's one personality was walking and coming. He was so attractive to see. Sometimes you see some people, as soon as you see the people, you don't never seen him before. As soon as you see the person, you feel like giving him respect. That person does not demand respect. Automatically you feel like, oh, someone is coming, right? You naturally feel like that someone is coming, walking into the sages, the array, the assembly of sages. As soon as the person was entering, everyone just got up immediately with showing the respect to this person. This person was none other than son of Vyāsadeva. So he was only 16 years old. He has a beautiful features, his face, his limbs of his body, and it was so nice to see, with a broad chest and so forth. The Bhagavatam says how he was to look like. Nice. So he walked in. As soon as walked in, he was given a special asana, special place to sit. And then he sat there, and the king started asking the question. He couldn't ask a number of questions in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. There is one entire chapter full of questions he asked. Many questions are. Brahmano Chodita Brahman, he says that, my dear Brahmana, please tell me, after appreciating why he came, thanks for coming. As soon as someone comes into the house, you don't shoot them with questions. First you invite them, make them feel comfortable, give them whatever needs to be given, give a glass of water, ask them if you like to eat something, drink something. Then you start asking about other things. Okay? There's a way of hospitality, how you welcome people and how you treat them, how you do this one. And not that someone is coming into your house and turn on your TV and keep watching, and that guy is sitting there. Right? That's not the way you respect a person who is coming into your house. So therefore, we should learn how to respect the guest who is coming into our house. Likewise, Parīkṣit Mahārāja, as soon as Śukadeva Gosvāmī, Śukadeva entered into the stage, he gave him a proper place. He gave him a better place to sit, especially the teachers and gurus and people who come. We have to give them an honorable seat, Vyāsasanam. It's been given to them. He sat there, and after asking and telling that, thank you for coming, because of your presence, my life is blessed. Where is blessed? 7 days you're going to die. But he's telling, because of your appearance, all my desires are fulfilled. I am happy, and my life is successful. Right? He said these words. After telling this one, then he started asking questions. Many questions he asked. Katayasya Mahabhaga. One second. Katayasya Mahabhaga yataham akilatmani Krishne niveshya niksangamam manatyaksya kalevaram. He says, my dear sir, Śukadeva, my dear Guru, my dear Acharya, please tell me something about the Supreme Lord, Krishna. If you remember, I told yesterday in the introduction that Vyāsadeva, after writing Mahabharata, he was not so very happy. Therefore, Narada Muni came. He told, you should write specifically about Krishna. And Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is specifically written to glorify Krishna. The entire Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is to simply glorify Krishna. Therefore, based on this request, Parīkṣit Mahārāja was asking Śukadeva Gosvāmī, I want to hear more about Krishna. I want to know about Krishna. I heard that Brahma appeared from the Narayana, lotus, from the abdomen of the Lord, the lotus flower came, Brahma came, from Brahma the creation took place. I heard a lot of these things. Can you please tell me about those things? I want to hear Krishna's pastimes, how he was in his childhood, what did he do? I want to hear about the devotees. I heard about Dhruva, Prahlada, and Ambarisha. and so many wonderful devotees. I want to hear about their stories. Could you please tell me about all those different stories? I want to hear about them. And then he says this one. Now we are going to get into the ninth, the 19th chapter of the 19th chapter of the first canto sloka. This 19th chapter, this book, the first canto is 19 chapters, and the first sloka of the 19th chapter, where he asks 5 important things. That's where he's going to stop asking questions. And after he finishes the first canto asking these 5 questions, he keeps quiet, and then the teacher Śukadeva Gosvāmī is going to start talking. That's when he's going to second canto is where he's going to start. What are the questions that he asks is very important for us to read that questions and then understand how it's related to all of us over here. Okay, here. Okay. This is Canto 1, Chapter 19, text number 38. Yet shrotavyam ato japyam yet kartavyam nirbihi prabhuhu smartavyam bhajaniyam va bruhi yadva viparyayam. This is the one sloka before the last sloka, 2 slokas before the last sloka. Yet shrotavyam is asking Śukadeva Gosvāmī. Śrotavya means what should I hear? Number 1. Japyam, what should I chant? Number 2. Third one is yad kartavyam, what am I supposed to do with this body? Doing means it's with body, right? What should I hear? What should I chant? What am I supposed to do with my body? And then smartavyam, smartam means to remember. What am I supposed to remember at this time? And then bhajaniyam, what or whom should I worship? Archanam, whom should I worship? 5 things. Okay, so what am I supposed to hear? What am I supposed to chant? What am I supposed to do with the body? Whom am I supposed to remember, and who am I supposed to worship? These are the 5 things he asked. Not only that, after that, the last line of the sloka says, Bruhi yatva viparyayam. Also, he explained to me in detail what are the things that I'm not supposed to do. He's asking additional thing, that 5 things, tell me what am I supposed to do. I'll also tell me what are the things I'm not supposed to do. Meaning, what am I not supposed to? What am I not supposed to hear? What am I not supposed to chant? What am I not supposed to do with the body? What am I not supposed to remember? What am I not supposed to? Whom am I not supposed to worship? So almost it comes to 10. 5 do's and 5 don'ts. These are the final question that he is asking. And then to that one, we have to now, in the 26th sloka, yeah. Nanam bhagavato brahmanne griheshu grihamedinam. So the 39th sloka over here, it says, grihamedinam na lakshyate hi avastanam abhigo dahanam kvachit. And then he said, my dear sir, my dear Brahmana, it is important that I know that you don't stay in one place, you keep traveling. It is my blessing that you come to this place. It's my complete blessings. Therefore, please answer me these 5 questions with 5 do's and 5 don'ts so I can understand. That's what he was asking. For that one, Śukadeva Gosvāmī, already the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam was started, right? The very first sloka. Let's go to the first sloka. Where in the first sloka, Śukadeva Gosvāmī, the answers for these things is already there. But then we are going to see in more details where over here. Janmadi asyato anvayad idaratascha teshu abhijñā swarat tene brahmahridaya adihavaya mukhyanti surayah tejo varimritam yata vinimayo yatta sarvago amrasa dhamna spena sada nirastakokum satyam param dhimahi. Satyam param dhimahi. Therefore, to answer this one, the questions of who am I supposed to chant, and for that one, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is saying that, well, you must be, I can answer your questions, but why don't you go and take some water eat something and come back. You must be tired because I'm going to talk to you a big subject matter. It's going to take a long time. Why don't you all take a break? I'm not telling you to take a break. Just now you came, right? You don't take this an opportunity and get away from here. So why don't you all take a break? So why don't you take a break, go get a glass of water and come back, or eat something and come back? Then we can start giving a lecture. At that point of time, Śukadeva Gosvāmī, Parīkṣit Mahārāja says this one, that he says, Bhibato achyuta piyusham tat vakya abhi vinihristam. He says that I'm already drinking. He's saying, I'm already started drinking. There's nothing that I need to go to get a glass of water to drink. You keep speaking, I drink through my ears. What you're going to speak is going to be a nectar for me to quench my thirst. Right? Therefore, this is how one should hear such subject matter. When we hear Bhagavad Gita, when we hear Bhagavatam, when we hear Ramayanam, we should not be keep on checking our watch. Oh my God, when this guy will stop. That means we have not developed the taste for hearing. Rather, why is he stopping now? We should be in such a mood that why is he stopping in 1 hour? Why can't he go on and on? Hari was telling me, why are we only having class in the evening? Why can't we have in the morning? Why only 1 hour? Why can't we make it 2 hours? Right? So that should be the eagerness that I want to hear more and more and more and more. We are always like to hear more about ourselves. Less we want to hear about others. But we like to hear about others when it's wrong. Right? When we speak good about others, it's like bitter for us. When we hear bad about others, I know about that guy. He's always like that. When we speak, someone speaks about us, great. We like to keep on hearing hours together. But the real bhakti, the real humility, real thing is that when we start, especially like in the life of our dear Atulananda Prabhu, where we tell him that we are going to talk, come here, we want to say, he just close his eyes, his head will be down. His head his neck dropped only not now, last few months. It's naturally when you start speaking about him, he puts his head down. Have you seen this one, any of you? When we speak about him, his head goes down naturally. He doesn't like to be glorified. He doesn't like to be hear something great about himself. That's the nature of a person, true devotee. Anyway, therefore, Bhibate Achyuta Piyusham, he says, I'm already ready to hear about Achyuta. That's going to be the nectar. Please start speaking. Do not delay any further. I'm not going to waste my time going drinking and all those things. Now that after that one, we are getting into the second canto. We already got into the second canto. Second canto, we are going to jump into the 10th chapter. Now for the 5 questions, 5 plus 5 questions that Parīkṣit Mahārāja asked. Remember what the 5 questions are? What's the 5 question? Samanvi and Rukmini? Samanvi and Rukmini? What are the 5 questions he asked? I put them on. Yeah, what am I supposed to hear? What am I supposed to chant? What am I supposed to do with my body? What am I supposed to remember? And who am I supposed to worship? 5 questions. Now he's telling, I'm going to tell you some subject matters here. 10 subject matters. I'm going to talk about these 10 things, and these 10 things will answer your 10 questions. 5 plus 10. 5 do's and 5 don'ts. All this 10 I'm going to tell you will answer your 10 questions that you have, the 5 do's and 5 don'ts. Are you all ready? Okay. And that he's going to just give one sloka of what this 10 subject matters are, and that is what Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is going to be expanded for rest of the 12 cantos, the days to come for us to. Okay. He's saying, Atra Sargaha Visargaha Cha Sthanam Poshanam Utayaha Manvantarani Anu Kataha Nirodha Muktir Ashrayaha. There are 10 things is been mentioned here in this one sloka. 4 lines, there are 10 things is being mentioned here. The 10 things are sargaha. I'm going to tell you about sargam. Sarga means the creation. What is this creation? How this creation took place? The direct creation. For the creation to create anything, we need some matters, right? Without the matter, we cannot create anything. We need water, you need earth, you need air, you need fire, you need some space to create, right? These are 5 elements, pancha bhuta. We need 5 elements, right? The sarga means the creation, the initial creation, the first initial creation. That is sarga. Second one is visargaha. Visargaha means the secondary creation. First, create an element. With this element, the further creation takes place. The secondary creation. First create, like how you go to Lowe's or you go to the Home Depot and all those shops are around, right? So they sell you the tools. You can lumber and bricks and all those things are available there. The materials are available in Lowe's. But then you take it and you build house. You build patio. You build whatever you want. That's a secondary creation, correct? Lowe's is not going to build things for you. Don't challenge me. No, you can contract with them and build. Don't get into those details. Just keep it simple. The Lowe's is like providing you the tools. You sign up with a contractor to build the house. Though Sarga is the first creation, Visarga is a second creation. The first creation is done by the Lord himself, Brahman, absolute truth. The Lord himself creates the first one. Next, he appoints a second person to take in charge to do the secondary creation. Secondary creation, right? Who he appoints to do the secondary creation? Brahma. Brahma has been appointed to take care of the creation part. So Brahma is appointed. Now your job is to take care of. I've given you all the tools now. You go ahead and do the job, whatever you need to do. He creates that one. Sthanam. Now sometimes what happens is we create something, but people create some wonderful thing, but they do not maintain things. Sometimes people buy big homes, but they never maintain homes. Sounds familiar? Right? Sometimes we do this one. Sometimes people get a high post and big jobs, but then they don't know how to maintain the job. People get into the position, but they don't know how to keep up the position for the rest of their career. Right? Somehow they got the position. Somehow you got married. Somehow you got something. But the main thing is sthanam. Sthanam means you should be able to maintain what you got. There's no point in getting into something, but are you able to maintain these things? The third subject matter is sthanam. Sthanam means I'm taking these things from a different commentaries. So please open your heart and hear these things. And then if you have any questions, we can take it later. In this particular commentaries of what I'm trying to say is a different way of seeing the same slokas of what we are usually used to it. Therefore, sthanam is something to protect. The Lord not only creates the world, he also protects. He said, hey, I created, do whatever you want. He not leaves. He also makes sure the people, the world has been maintained and protected. That is sthanam. Next is poshanam. Poshanam means to nourish, as a nourishment. To nourish, you have a plant, you have to pour water to nourish the plant, right? That is called poshanam. You feed something to keep your body healthy. You have to eat something, the body is maintained. What you eat becomes a poshanam for taking care of our body. Poshanam. In this particular commentary of what poshanam means is, over here, the devotees of the Lord get nourished. They become happy by seeing the Lord coming into this world. Therefore, poshanam in this particular context is the various avataras. The incarnation of the Lord who descend into the world. When he descend into the world, when the Lord performs his activities and pastimes, those activities and pastimes becomes the food for his devotees. That's become poshanam. Make sense? For the devotees, even paratha, upma, khichdi, idli, chutney, noodles, pizza is not poshanam. For the true devotees, the real poshanam is they want to keep on hearing Krishna Katha. They want to keep on chanting Krishna's name. They want to keep on remembering Krishna all the time. They want to keep on worshipping Krishna all the time. That itself their poshanam, that itself their life. Unnum so, okay. For the devotees, their eating is also Krishna, drinking is also Krishna, everything is Krishna. I'll just, because I started, I'll complete it. Unnum soru, paruganir, thinnum vettalayum, ellam kannane. There's a beautiful pasturam that is said that eating is also Krishna, drinking is also Krishna, and enjoyment is also Krishna. For such a devotees, poshanam means hearing about Krishna Katha. Therefore, the Lord descends into this world, different avatars he takes. That is Krishna, that is Poshanam. Number 5 is Utayaha. Utayaha means, well, all these things are fine, but then I see so many difference in the people. This is one of the 5 topics that we say, what is that stopping us to get closer to God? Right? Virodhi. Right? I mentioned this word called Virodhi. What is that really stopping us to go closer to God? Our karma. Our vasana, the impression that we have been carrying from several lifetimes is making us somehow or the other pulling us back. That karma is called Otayaha. The 5th subject matter in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, which is covered, is Otaya karma topic. Karma topic is well discussed over here in this one. That is number 5. And then number 6 is Manvantara. Manvantara is there in. This is something that yesterday I touched, and I'm going to repeat it again so you understand this thing. In one day of Brahma, and you know what one day of Brahma is, one day is 12 hours. One night is 12 hours, makes it 24 hours. Brahma, one day is 1000 Chatur Yuga. 1000 Chatur Yuga. One Chatur Yuga is a sum of Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, Krita Yuga. Kali Yuga, this is a repeat for some of you who was coming today for the first time. Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. Twice the Kali Yuga is Dwapara Yuga. 3 times of Kali Yuga is Treta Yuga. 4 times the Kali Yuga is Krita Yuga. Remember this one? And you sum up all this thing, and that called one Chatur Yuga. Like that, 1000 Chatur Yugas is one daytime of Brahma. In one daytime of Brahma, there are Manus. Manus means they are appointed leaders of that particular period of time. They come and rule. There are 14 Manus changes during one day of Brahma. 14 Manus. Vaivashvata Manvantare. We are in a Manu called Vaivashvata Manvantara. Right now, we are ruled by a Manu called Vaivashva Manvantara. Now, in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam also speaks about Manvantaras, these different Manus, their histories, who they are, and so forth. And just in history, the first human being, I wouldn't say human being, the first couple who's been created, a man and woman, but created by God. Guess who was that? Who was the first man and woman created by God? What did you learn in schools? Huh? Adam and Eve, that's what you're going to say, right? That's why we have to read Bhagavatam. That's why we have to read other things to understand what the scripture says. It's not Adam and Eve. Because Adam and Eve can be traced back for some period of the time, but this man and woman who appeared several yugas back, and their name is Swayambhuva Manu Satarupa. Swayambhuva Manu Satarupa. They appeared. They were the first couple together. From them started the generation, the progeny, their thing is all started after that. Right? So therefore, that has been discussed in Manvantara. Ishanu Kataha. Ishanu Kataha. Ishanu Kataha means over here, this meaning of Ishanu Kata here is Anukata. Anukata. Kata means story. The follower Isha. Isha means God. We are talking about here. Isha means God. Ishvara. Ishanu Anu Kataha. The servant, the follower of Isha and their Kata. What does it mean? stories of Krishna's devotees. Krishna, Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlada Maharaj, of course, Parīkṣit Mahārāja is covered here, Gajendra, Ambarisha, all the different stories has been covered. That is also I'm going to tell my dear Parīkṣit Mahārāja, Parikshita. Then that is number 7. Number 8 is Nirodha. Nirodha over here is also called as liberation. In one context has been translated as liberation. It's Nirodha also means sleep. Now is interesting, of 10 chapters of Bhagavatam that Śukadeva Gosvāmī is going to tell to Parīkṣit Mahārāja what we are going to learn for next few days. One topic is, is going to speak about sleeping. He's going to speak about sleeping. What does it matter for us about sleep? Sleep is not a big deal. Now also some of you may be sleeping while I'm speaking. Right? That is not a problem, because it is understandable when we are hearing Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. If you are getting good sleep, you are connected with God. That means your Atma and Paramatma is already in yoga. You're in yoga nitra. Only thing is, I'm requesting is, please do not snore. That is going to disturb others. So if you be in this yoga nitra, no problem, but let others hear. But the clear thing is, sleep means that this is something technically very important. Everyone should understand. Everyone goes to sleep in the night. Sometimes you sleep in the daytime, but we are going to only talk about the sleep in the night. That is what the subject matter is. Now, how many of you sometimes experience this one, or have you told to your family member when you get up in the morning, I had a good sleep? How many of you said this one? At least one time you said this one, it was a good sleep. I had a good sleep, right? What happens is that a quite interesting thing, the Upanishad says this one, that when we go to sleep, what happens is that we get charged. Some of us, what we do is when we go to bed, without fail, we charge our cell phone so that we can use it for the next day, right? When you don't charge the cell phone, next day you see the bars are low and you cannot use it properly. Therefore, you always charge the phone. The next day it becomes 100%, so you can start using the phone. Likewise, sleep is very important for all of us, because that's when we get charged. How do we get charged? Not because we heavily load ourselves and eat nicely and go sleep. When you eat heavily, you don't get good sleep, by the way. It's not good for our digestive system. So anyway, so when you go to sleep, what happens is, at that point of time, Atma, Paramatma get connected. The Paramatma embraces the Atma when the Atma is sleeping. Atma means soul. Paramatma is the super soul, that is God. The God embraces the Atma, Jivatma, and charges up the Jivatma in the night time. And that is why when we get up in the morning, we are able to function properly. And that is why before going to sleep, we have to make sure we have a good sleep by not getting into watching or hearing or talking bad things. Before going to bed, we have to make sure we are setting up our sleep properly by not getting into fights, arguments, watch violent scenes in the TV. Don't go and scroll your the reels and the YouTube and start watching unnecessary things. The mind get disturbed. Therefore, before going to bed, peaceful sleep if you need, you have to think of Krishna. Chant Krishna name and say Madhava, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Everyone, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. We chant and go to bed, and that will be the good sleep. So Nirodha. And then Mukti, number 9 is Mukti. What is Mukti? Everyone knows this word specially. Mukti, Karma, Guru is all now in dictionaries also. Mukti means moksha. Moksha means not from
liberation.
Why? You must be telling, confirmation of movie. So Mukti means liberation. Liberation means leaving this world, leaving this country, this world, and going to another world. The world that we go, never have to return back again, never have to come back again, never have to come back again. That world. And that world is spiritual world. That world is Vaikuntha. That world is Vaikuntha. right? When we leave this body and we go to the place where we never have to come back, and that is called mukti. That is called spiritual world. That is number 9. Now we are coming to a point where we are finishing this one. Now the 10th one is called ashraya. Please listen this carefully. 10th is called ashraya. Ashraya means taking shelter. Ashraya means taking shelter. And Śukadeva is saying, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is saying, if you understand the 9 subject matter, the 10th one becomes easy. 10th one becomes easy. If I understand the 9 subject matter, what I told right now, that who is the creator, right? Who is the creator? How he creates this one, and who is the secondary creator? How he creates this one. Who's the maintainer, sthanam? Who is the protector? Who's the protector? And then what are his avataras? What are his different avataras? When we understand that one. And what is karma? When we understand that one. When we understand the manvantaras, we understand that one. And we understand the glories of the devotees of the Lord. And we understand how we get connected to the Lord temporarily during the sleep. When we understand that one, when we understand what is liberation, when we understand all this thing, then we'll naturally surrender to God. We'll naturally surrender to God, and we will take Krishna, the Lord, as our shelter. And why did we say this one? If I'm going to tell this 10 subject matter, then your questions will be answered. What was your question? Whom should I hear about? Whom should I chant? Whom should I remember? What should I do with my body? Whom should I remember? Whom should I worship? Whom I should not hear about? Whom I should not chant about? Whom I should not do anything with my body? Whom I should not remember? Whom I should not worship? Everything will be answered if you understand this 10 subject matter. Therefore, I'm going to start to you this particular Bhagavatam. Be ready. So the stage has been set, everything is set, and he's going to tell that I'm going to answer your questions. Are you all ready? Yes or no? Yes, no. Now that just now a couple of you came, if I'm closed now, it's like you came for the end of the lecture. So we're going to see a story before we can conclude. We'll see a story and then we can conclude in 15 minutes, and then we can open up for some question and answer. Now we are going to enter into the second canto is over. By the way, first canto yesterday we finished. Second canto we are finishing it today. And we are entering into the third canto. No, let's get into the third canto. Yeah, thank you. Now, Śukadeva Gosvāmī is saying that now I'm going to, I don't know how far we can get into the story. I'll touch the story. If needed, we can continue tomorrow. But he's telling, I'm going to start to you by telling the Lord's different avataras. Let me tell you the Lord different avatara. Avatara means not that English movie Avatara Part 1, Part 2. We are not talking about avatara means incarnation. When the Lord in the spiritual world descend into this world, and that is called avatar. Not with a tail and different faces. That's not what avatara is. So from that you can understand I watched the movie Avatar. Anyway, so here, see the Lord descended. I'm going to tell you there are 24 avatars. Now he's going to mention the different avatars names, and we are going to see what these avatars are a little bit, and then we'll pause for today. And we'll continue picking up one of the avatar tomorrow. Now, the first avatar of the 24 avatars, by the way, one thing we need to understand is Śukadeva Gosvāmī is mentioning 24 avatars here. That does not mean the Lord is only 20. Some of you may be asking, 24 avatar? Array, this Lal doesn't know. There's only 10 avatars. There's only 10 avatars are there. Correct? Shreya? 10 avatars. You heard of 10 avatars? Dasa avatar, famously known as Dasa avatar. But then Śukadeva is telling 24. I'm going to tell 24. But understand something. 10 avatars are is just for us to easily remember some avatars. But there are not only 24, there are unlimited avatars of God. Unlimited avatars of God. For us to easily understand, 24 is given. Even 24 is difficult for us, therefore 10 is given. That's all. That's all. Even with 10, even out of 10, this one, most of them only know about Krishna, Rama. Some of them know Narsimhadev, right? They don't know many of the other avatars. Therefore, let me tell you about 24 avatars. Now, number one. This goes this one, right? Number one is Varaha Avatara. Varaha Avatar. The first one is Varaha Avatar. We should know here. You may ask me a question later that no. What are you talking about? The first avatar, Matsya, next is Kurma, then comes Varaha. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, right? That's the order. But we need to know that Bhagavatam is not based on the chronological order. It is not based on that way. So it just goes ups and down, front and back. There are many things are there. Therefore, it's not in that order. The fact is that the first avatar is Varaha avatar. That does not mean to say the 10 avatar order we should reject this. That's not what it is. That's the way that is, and this is the way it is. So we accept both. Okay? This is also laddu, that is also laddu. Though the laddu, you eat happily. Don't get into an argument and say, oh, this is correct or that is correct. Open your mouth, have both the laddus. That's it. Now, Varaha laddu. First laddu is Varaha laddu. Okay? Not Bundi laddu, Varaha laddu. Right. Now, Varaha avatar, let's not get into the food item now. Varaha avatar is the avatar, and that's the story we are going to see tomorrow. And Varaha avatar is the avatar where the Lord took a form of a boar, the wild boar, pig. In other words, he took a form of a boar, wild boar, to come and save Mother Earth. And what is the story? We'll see tomorrow. Now, the second avatar is Suyaganam, that he appeared as the son of Ruchi and Ahuti, the son of them. Two, he appeared for some reason to remove the sorrows of some people. For some particular reason, he appeared. And the third avatar, he appeared as son of Kapila and Devahuti. That is Kapila avatar, not the cricket player Kapil Dev. This is Lord himself appeared as Kapila avatar. And then he appeared as a son of Atri. His name was Dattatreya. That is also the Lord's avatar, number 4. Number 4, Brahma, mind-born child. This number 4 is Atri, Dattatri, and number 5 is 4 children together is one avatar. Right? That are the 4 sons of Brahma, Chatur Kumaras, the 4 sons of Brahma. Sanaka, Sanat Kumara, Sananda, and Sanatana. All those are 4 sons of Brahma. They are also Krishna, the Lord Narayana's avatar. That's number 5. Number 6 is the son was born to Dharma and Murti. Dharma and Murti. That is Nara and Narayana. Nara and Narayana are considered to be the 6th avatar. The Lord himself appeared as in 2 forms, Nara and Narayana. This Nara and Narayana is none other than, in the stories of Mahabharata, Nara is Arjuna, Narayana is Krishna. And that's again why they appeared, and that's another story for some other period, some other time. The 7th avatar is the Lord appeared in front of Dhruva Maharaj. That is also considered to be an avatar. The Lord who appeared in front of Dhruva Maharaj is also considered to be an avatar. That is number 7. Number 8, names are not given for some of these avatars. Number 8 is Prithu Maharaj. There was a Lord appeared as a king, as Prithu Maharaj. That is Prithu. Number 9 is to show the Yoga Marga, a particular Yoga Marga. He appeared as Rishabhadev. Rishabhadev is number 9. Number 10 is to protect the Vedas. He took a form of a horse face, Hayagriva. Jnanananda Mayam Devam Nirmalam Spatika Kritim Adaram Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe. So he took a form of a Hayagriva. That is number 10. Number 11 is Matsya Avatar. Now comes Matsya Avatar. Number 10 is Matsya Avatar according to the Bhagavatam. Right? Number 12 is Kurma Avatar. Matsya also came to protect a king and the Vedas during the Pralaya time. Kurma Avatar is that when there was a churning of the ocean was taking place between the demon and the devatas, they were churning the ocean. The mountain was sinking down. To hold the mountain, the Lord took as another avatar of a tortoise. That is Kurma avatar. That is number 12. And then to protect his devotee, a 5-year, 7-year-old boy who said, Yengumulan Kannan, but the Lord is everywhere. He is here, He is there, He is in the pillar, He is in the laptop, He is the cell phone, He is everywhere. Where his father was trying to kill the son, to protect that boy, whose name was Prahlad, he appeared as Nara Simha, half man and half lion. We'll be seeing that story also later. So Narasimha is the 13th avatar. The 14th avatar is there was an elephant who has been caught by the clutches of the crocodile for 1,000 years. To save this elephant, the Lord appeared in front of the elephant and cut off and chopped the head of the crocodile and saved this elephant. And that avatar, that Lord is Sri Hari. That avatar is Sri Hari. That is number 14. And then the devatas were kicked out of the house, their house, and they become homeless, standing on the signals of the roads. Homeless, please give me something. We are homeless, please give me something. Devatas were became homeless, right? They become like a beggars. To get the properties of the devatas, which has been taken away by Bali Chakrabarti, Bali Maharaj. He took a avatar as Vamana Dev. Vamana means a dwarf, a short boy, a Brahmana boy. He came as a short boy and he got the properties of the devatas back to the devatas from Bali Maharaj. By the way, the stories are going to follow in few days. It's coming up. This is just an introduction of what you're going to hear later. Okay. That is 15th avatar. The 16th avatar is to teach Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga. The Lord took a form of a swan, Hamsa Avatar. Hamsa Avatar. He took a form of a swan to give the knowledge of Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga. And then he also appeared in each Manvantara. He appeared in each Manvantara as it's needed. And the names are not being told. We have to club all together, and that's also an avatar. That's a 17th avatar, where every Manvantara or whenever there's a need, he appears. That is 17th avatar. And then the Lord appeared, took a form to solve the problems of the disease the people have, the bodily disease, to teach Ayurveda as Dhanvantari, to remove it's a Vaidyo Narayano Arihi. The biggest physician, the biggest doctor that you can think of is Vaidyo Narayana Arihi. That's number 18. Number 19 is there were many evil kings, many evil kings, and they were not following dharma. They were misusing dharma. They were doing abominable things. Therefore, to kill these evil king, the Lord descended as a Parasurama to kill all this king. That is 19th avatar. And the 20th avatar is the Lord descended again to kill Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and many other asuras as Rakshasas. Therefore, he appeared as Ramachandra. That is number 20. 21, everyone's favorite, Krishna. He appeared as Krishna, and to reduce the bharam, to reduce the burden of Mother Earth, he appeared as Krishna, and also to perform a lot of beautiful pastimes to please his devotees. Of all the avatars, this is something very special, because this is where Krishna performed a lot of activities. In other avatars, he comes and does something, he goes off. That's all. But in Krishna avatar, he performs so many things. That is number 21. And then 22nd avatar is the Lord appeared as Vyāsadeva. Vyāsadeva means the Vedas where everything were together, but then before Kali Yuga started in Dwapara Yuga, the Lord appeared as Vyāsadeva so that the Vedas can be categorized properly in that way that people can easily understand this is Rig, this is Yajur, this is Samaveda. So to make us easily understand, even after that we don't understand anything, by the way. That's a different topic. But to help us, he put all this thing in a better way. Therefore, the Lord has descended as Vyāsadeva. That is number 22. Number 23 is the Lord. There were people who were not ready to accept Vedas. They were going in a different path. They were not ready to accept Vedas. For them to bring to some level of understanding, the Lord descended as Buddha. The Lord descended as Buddha. At least they do something, then nothing. Buddha appeared to teach something different to those type of people. 24 is yet to come, is not come yet. That is Kalki Avatar. To control the Kali, and to re-establish the Dharma, the Lord will descend, not now, later, as Kalki. So the list of 24 avatars has been given by Śukadeva Gosvāmī, and he said that I'm going to tell some of this avatar narrating to you. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah. That's not enough. Are you ready? So starting tomorrow, you can sit back, relax, loosen your seat belt. It's going to be story time. Tomorrow we'll see Varaha Avatara, and why the earth, Mother Earth, has been taken and submerged, put into a hidden place. Why Lord has to come and save, take the earth back. Why the demon called Hiranyaksha did this one. Who is this Hiranyaksha? Who his parents are? How did he become demon? All those things are for tomorrow. Now we'll stop here and see if there's any questions or discussions. It's, by the way, it's only what, 7 o'clock? 6. We started what time? 6 o'clock. So we have half an hour more, but I want to give a space here to ask questions and see how things goes, and then we'll go accordingly.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have a doubt. You mentioned Buddha is an incarnation of like a Vishnu, or maybe he is a avatar, right? But Buddhism, they don't accept Vedas, so really it contradicts that Buddha's avatar. They don't accept Vedas, right?
Correct. Correct.
But our complete thing is based on Vedas.
Therefore, we do not follow Buddha's teaching.
I know, but you know, because he was, or is, I don't know, the incarnate. See, we accept all the avatars, right? So how is it possible for someone who cannot accept Vedas be like an avatar that we can include?
Okay, thank you for your question. So what happened was, everyone were following the Vedas. Over the period of the time, the usage of Vedas became little selfish. In the Vedas, there are some sections in the Vedas which teaches about animal sacrifices. When you do, yeah, you can mute your phone, mute yourself now. Let me finish now, and then you can come back again. Now, in the Vedas, there are sacrifices are mentioned. You can do animal sacrifices. Okay? Therefore, what happened is that over the period of the time, that sacrifice is started being utilized for the personal reasons, for personal agendas. And it became so much so that people started killing animals in the name of Vedas. Therefore, to correct the situation, the Lord himself had to descend into this world to tell that do not do this, you should follow ahimsa. The only way to do this one is to tell that do not follow the Vedas, come out of the Vedas, because Vedas are teaching himsa, killing of animals. Therefore, don't follow the Vedas, follow ahimsa. To change the people who were misusing, the Lord himself descended into the world as Buddha to teach ahimsa philosophy. If he has to teach ahimsa philosophy, he has to reject the Vedas. Therefore, he rejected the Vedas and taught people ahimsa. And after he taught ahimsa, there were the Buddhism became so very popular. It became so popular, everyone started following Buddhism and rejected the Vedas. Now, the second, third phase of thing happened. The Lord at that point of time sent Lord Shiva to descend into this world, to incarnate as a great soul, as Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya is none other than Lord Shiva himself. He came and he re-established the Vedas. It is not that Vedas are false, Vedas are true, God exists, animal killing is accepted in the proper way if you do. He re-established the Vedas. That is how this whole thing is. Make sense? Now you can unmute.
So did he justify the killing in his previous avatars?
Who killing justifies?
Oh, you said, like, I like they killed horse and some animals when they do that yaham or whatever it is. So so
When the Vedas
God is okay with those killings in his previous avatars, but only not in Buddha avatar.
The only not in Buddha avatar, the reason is because, as I said, I'm not sure you heard or not. I said that people will start using money to simple language. The Brahmanas started making money out of this as a business. Animal sacrifice. I do this puja, you give me some money. Though it's become as a business at one point of time in the name of killing animals, in the name of animal sacrifice. But the animal sacrifice by itself is allowed in the Vedas for the higher purpose. Any animal which has been sacrificed into the fire, yaga, it gets a better life, better body, and therefore for that reason it is allowed. Not simply for our own selfish reason we kill animals. We sacrifice the animal and we pray that animal gets another better body. That's the way it has been accepted. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Honestly, I'm not, I can, I'm very sorry, if please don't mistake me. I'm not okay with,
That's
this.
fine. That's fine. What you're saying is you're not convinced, which is
Yes.
fine. Not necessary. Everyone has to be convinced with everything. That's fine.
Thank you,
This
bro.
this can be a discussion by itself in a private call, rather than we with so many people sitting and asking, and we don't want to go and have a dialogue here.
Yes. Okay.
We can have a separate discussion on this one. We also have some already answered these questions. And Shanta Mataji or Amala Radhika Mataji can find, if you can find the audios on animal and Buddha, please forward this to this wonderful person who's asking this question, which will satisfy their needs. Okay, anything else? Anyone ask any other questions?
So, how do you now identify an avatar? How would you know the person is an avatar?
Okay, the question has been asked, how do you know this person is an avatar? Because anyone can walk into the street, walk into the house and say, I am avatar. And which is what is mostly happening in the world nowadays. Everyone calls themselves as an avatar and they start followers and etc. etc. How do we know that as an avatar? Therefore, we should read the scriptures. Scriptures says specifically when the avatar appears, what are the avatars are, and what are their attributes and qualities are. Therefore, when we match, if this person matches with this requirements has been given by the Puranas and Itihasa, then that person can be accepted as an avatar. Sometimes the Mahapurusha appears, but not necessarily they are avatar. Here's one important point we should understand. The avatars are classified. One is Purna avatar. Purna avatar means the Lord himself descent. The Lord himself comes into this world. Krishna is coming himself. Rama is coming himself. That's all Purna avatar. Whereas some of the avatars that we just mentioned now, Prithu, the 4 sons of Brahma, and then Parasurama, they are not Purna avatars. They are all Jivatmas, like you and I, but then they are empowered with a specific attribute, energy, or a power of God. Therefore, they are called as an avatar. But they are not Purna avatar. Therefore, in our dealings, we may come across some Mahans, some great people. We may call them as an avatar, but not necessarily they are the ultimate God who has descended here. They have been empowered with some specific power, Shakti, and energy is been empowered to them. For that reason, we can call them as avatar, but not God. That absolute truth. We don't call them as an absolute truth. Does it help? Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
Vastelalji, a quick question.
One-
The
One
avatars, this is Giri, all the avatars, do we only count as they happen in India or across globe? I mean, we're only saying 24 avatars, which are very familiar to Indian subcontinent or Bharatkhanda, I guess. So, I mean, is Lord not being born in other parts of the globe, I mean, Earth, or are we only focusing on learning on what happened in India in the same?
The Lord appears in 5 ways, 5 things. Number 1, nice question. Number 1, the Lord who is situated in the Vaikunta, the supreme abode. That's number 1. That first level, first stages, he is situated in Vaikunta, spiritual world. Number 2 is that Lord is also situated in the Milky Ocean. It's called Patkadal, ocean of milk. He is lying down on Anantasesh. In Vaikunta, he is sitting in the Milky Ocean. He is in the lying form on the Anantasesh, number 2. Number 3 is the Lord descend into this world and takes avatar. And all the avatars that Lord has taken, whatever we have seen so far, the 24 avatars that we have mentioned, it's all took part in India. That's number 3. Number 4 is the Lord appears inside the heart of the yogis as Paramatma. Is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma, number 4. Now, we don't have access to the Vaikunta. We cannot simply book a ticket and go to Vaikunta. Neither we can go to the Milky Ocean. We cannot have an access to that one. Ruled out. Number 1 is ruled out. Number 2 is ruled out. Number 3 is all past. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, Narasimha, Rama, Parasurama. All those avatars are past avatars. And Kalki is in the future. We don't know we are going to be there or not at that point of time. Therefore, we don't have access to these avatars. That is number 3. The challenge is the Paramatma who is situated in everyone's heart. It's a most difficult one to understand because he is within us, but we cannot find him. That's number 4. Out of this 4 avatar, the Lord is present in everyone's heart, irrespective of whether you are an Indian or an American or a Chinese. Number 4. Number 4, that the Lord is present in everyone's heart. That is also Lord is descended into everyone's heart. Therefore, the Lord is present not only in India, he is present all over the world in everyone's heart. Number 4. That is hard to understand. Therefore, the merciful Lord descend in the 5th one called Archa. Archa means in the deity form. In the deity form. The deities are not only in India, Giri. Giri, your question. The deities are not only appeared in India. We have here Hindu temple, we have our ISKCON temple, we have many temples are there. The Lord has descended into this world, irrespective of whether you are in America or England or Canada or Australia. Lord is present in all part of the world. Therefore, he is there. Did it answer your question?
Yeah, Yes, yes. I think just trying to understand if the Lord had any avatars in other parts of the world other than India, and but we are, I mean, the fourth level you're saying, like we're only focusing on India at this point, like the 24 avatars.
Yes. Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Your question.
Mine was not question because is the concept what he asked about
Ajay?
and then now what's best.
Mm.
How we put that into what we grew up with and we have had a lot of experiences. You're looking for something or something is happening, and we have seen people the camps, right? And it happened that something is and then we just say, oh my God, the God sent. You know, that thing happened, and that person, like we had in our camp one time that we were the last day of camp, all the parents come to get kids. Just one example. I have had it like many examples, but how you relate that to this one, maybe to be different. And so to us, we consider them as alpha. So we are making what they only make sure that somebody turned the heat on accidentally, and you could smell the burnt or all the pasta on top in the divan. So this one girl who used to come when she was like 7, 8 years old, and she was like a teenager, you know, her mother never, ever came. She was South Indian, her dad was sick. She never came. That day, the mother came, brought exactly the same amount of, I'm getting to say, same amount of chole. And here the lady was doing her dance. She was, oh my God, God, please save me. How I'm gonna feed all these from the head of the lady she was picking out. And to me, we all consider it an avatar from God. So when something like this happens, I consider that also kind of avatar. What do you think? Is that different than what they're saying or we're saying? How do you relate that?
See, God helps us in many, many ways.
Isn't that kind of avatar?
Not necessary, we call everything as avatar.
So that's what
I'm sorry, online devotees, I cannot repeat what has been told here. But the simple question in nutshell is, if someone is coming, helping us, or in a situation and etc., can we consider them to be an avatar? In nutshell, that's a gist of this, what has been asked here. So we need to know that God is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma. He is Paramatma. That means, have you had an experience that I was just thinking about you, you just call me? Have you had this experience? How is that possible? Right? So that means not that I have a power or that person had a power to think that, oh, Lal is thinking about me, let me call him. We are not yogis like that. But the Paramatma within my heart is the same Paramatma over there in that person's heart also. Not every time the communication takes place, but there could be a situation where the help has been provided to us by God through someone. Therefore, we are being thankful to that person, saying that God sent this person, which is the true statement. But that does not mean that person becomes an avatar. That's not mean avatar. Yeah, it's a two different thing. Very nice question though. Very thoughtful question. Otherwise, we all can call ourselves as avatars to someone or other. Yeah.
The person never ever see that some XYZ, you don't even know that person. Just did it, okay, it happened, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So I was trying to ask you how you relate that concept, which is always visual,
Yeah.
then
So here's one more, this makes me to say one more point, is that God helps us. This is amazing. God helps us every moment, whether we realize it or we don't realize it. God helps us. How he helps us wonderful is that, say, if we help someone, we go to 10 houses and tell, I helped that person. We put it in nowadays Facebook and all this thing. I helped save this dog. I did this one, and we try to propagate and tell these things. But how many times we've been saved? How many times we've been helped by God? One time he never came and said, I helped you. Do you know this one? But he does this quietly, like how a mother and the baby is sleeping in the house, right, on the floor, and then say the small baby is sleeping next to the mother, and there's a scorpion is crawling and coming towards the baby. You know scorpion, right? The scorpion is coming right close to the baby. And what options does a mother has now? What will you do as a mother? Huh?
Kill the scorpion or shoo it off from the baby.
You do that one, right? Does any other mother here wake up your child and inform and warn the child and tell that be aware, wear your mask? You just tell all those different things. You don't have much time left, right? You just get into the action, kill the scorpion, throw the scorpion away, chase it away, right? That one thing, what you did is correct. Next day morning, what do you do to the child? No, thank God is obviously you're a very good person, you thank God. But do you go to the child and tell, do you know what happened last night? Do you know how I saved your life? Are you going to say these things? As any mother, my father never said what all he did for me to be a man like me this time. He never told me, but he has done a lot to me in my life. All of your parents, all of your children, how much we have done to our children. We don't go and tell, you know how much I've done to you? Do you know? We don't tell this one. God, being a supreme father, never tells us, but he saves us continuously all the time from many dangers. He does it by himself or he does it through someone else. Therefore, in our life, we have to have gratitude. The person who doesn't have gratitude is considered to be a dead person. What we have got in our life through our parents, through our friends, especially through God, cannot be measured. And we don't have the gratitude to God, then we cannot call ourselves as a human. The human who doesn't have a gratitude is not called to be human at all. The acharyas and great sages says, you're useless. You forgot how you are a man today. You forgot who all helped in your life. You should be thankful to everyone. And you should be thankful to God who gave all these people in your life to help you to come to the stage in your life. You don't do this one, how can you call yourself a human? So let all be very thankful to Krishna, to God, or whoever your Devata is. Be thankful. Prayers. Anything else? We have 2 more minutes before we can close. Yes, please ask your question.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. I wanted to ask, is Dhatreya also an avatar?
Yes.
Dhatreya.
Yes, he is also an avatar. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? If not, thank you all very much for joining the second day of Śrīmad Bhāgavata Saptaham. I strongly encourage, please continue to come. This is what we have started. It's called yagya, sacrifice, fire sacrifice. Like we have fire sacrifice. This Saptaha yagya we have started. Let's continue together until it gets completed. So you're online or you're in presence, make sure you're hearing this Saptaham. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Please forgive me for any offenses and thanks for tolerating. And sorry if you couldn't answer some of the questions. My intelligence and knowledge is very limited. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you.